Movie's great. All right, I'll see y'all later. No.
Funny man. Without further ado,
You know, you're getting ready to watch something fucking spectacular with a with a just with a lovely opening like that.
yep. Little drive-in movie theater.
Got one of those right down the street from me. Oh yeah, this is the alternative title is Slasher. Soundtrack's a banger.
Fucking Ted Raimi.
Yeah. Oh, but things I've never encountered in my life for 100, please, Alex. A random dude just selling condoms in the bathroom.
What?
Every killer's got to have an origin story.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love how he walks up with the weapon behind his back.
Why are you killing people?
Because he's a psychopath.
And now I'm walking up, not up the stairs, walking away. I mean, he was just walking really casual, like he didn't just kill someone.
Uh-huh.
He was like, well, let me go see what Sarah and them talking about. Oh, he gonna kill the mama too?
I don't know, but her just sitting in front of the fridge eating fucking leftovers right out of the bowl with her hand. She might not be having the best of days.
Yeah, but like
I
that's
think
a
it's an
crime.
understatement.
But that's a crime in which you should murder somebody. Like, don't eat out of the thing in front of the fridge.
Right?
I can get you some Tupperware or a plate or whatever and get your little part and go, oh my God. Oh my God, it's really the killer. The person that I thought was the killer is the killer. Oh my God, I can't believe it. That's so stupid. You knew he was the killer. You knew he did it. And you still just like acted like you was shocked to see him with a bloody knife, machete thing.
Well, it's just funny because she took herself right.
What? What?
Weren't expecting that, were you?
She put herself right in that
I don't
situation.
think anybody was expecting that. I don't even think when they made the movie they were expecting that. How did we go from her being like, oh no, to just in half? That was only gone for like 2 seconds.
She's still drinking.
She is
That's
spiraling
great.
out. Like, I mean, you really got Jesus. Are you gonna vacuum the mom? Oh, and Terry, can you make sure you turn the light off when you leave?
Don't forget to take the trash
Terry,
out.
one more thing. And she just keeps stopping him.
Yeah, just inundating him with medial tasks.
Which inadvertently saved everybody else.
Just look at this fucking guy right here. He's like, just put
Okay,
this right
well,
back
I'll put you
there.
back
Let's get
together.
let's get you right back up there.
I thought that was Michael Myers at first when they first popped up on the screen. I was like, they're using a Michael Myers mask to depict her being dead? That's crazy.
Get me my
Mm,
I really do.
This was her better idea. Well, I don't disagree.
Yeah. Woo!
This doesn't make any sense.
Not really.
He's just like, stop doing human things and die. Like, what?
Someone got a little jealous.
Wasn't the other dude just all over her just a second ago?
Yeah, he was trying to be.
And she was like, kind of just letting him.
A little bit. It's the 80s.
I don't get.
Always
Really
a
helps his
great
case.
way to get you know.
I'm not
to
crazy.
get people
Terry's
to get
crazy.
on
You
your
believe me,
side.
right? As I point this gun to your head.
Yeah, nothing says get on my side like shoving a gun in someone's face.
You gotta help me.
I mean, look at him just tossing the fucking cushions.
How many
in the
pillows do
couch.
they
I love
have? Golly.
it. We should do it. We should do that as a skit.
Keep taking pillows.
It just keeps the pillows just keep coming.
I want you to know I could have killed you, but I didn't. All right, I'm out.
Put these titties back away.
Be careful with that.
Bam.
I see him. Over there.
It's not cranberry sauce, Warren. Not cranberry sauce.
Oh, final girl. I kind of assumed she would be the final girl. Hey, you guys. It is a machete.
He should have said it's a machete all happy the way he said. Of course I'm all right. What is it? It's a machete.
It's a bloodstained machete.
That's not
Can
cranberry
you
sauce.
pick out the bloodstained machete? She turned on the final girl jets, man.
This music.
So good. I'd love to get this soundtrack.
Yeah, same.
And she gonna touch him in his head, gonna slip it from the thing.
Kind of. Not quite, though.
Yeah. What's wrong with me? Why do I think it would have been kind of mildly entertaining if she just yeeted the baby into the pool real quick and she was just like,
Shut
"Baby,
the fuck
slow
up.
me down." Just yeets. Oh, why?
Choke her out. Plot twist. I actually am crazy. I swapped my outfits. He was actually the good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I swapped outfits while we was in the water. No, I have to kill you. You let me do 1,000 years in the insane asylum. No. What? She can't believe it. She's like, I shot Terry? What the fuck? Wow. Poetic justice, if you will.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of We're Gonna Make You Watch. I am Brian. With me, as always, are Isaiah and Warren. And in this episode, we subjected Warren to the campy, awesome ridiculousness that is Blood Rage, also known as Slasher. But before we get too far into that, what have you guys been up to this week?
Been pretty busy. It's been kind of a long week because when we're recording this, it's still Halloween time.
Yeah.
So I've been watching a lot of movies. So I've watched both Halloween 2 and Halloween 1. Well, Halloween
Again?
1 twice.
Jeez.
So
Halloween
Once
one
for
twice, as in once as a group with us, and
Yep.
then once on your own.
Yep.
Same.
So there's that. So I watched Halloween 2 and Halloween 1. Halloween H2 I watched a little bit of because that came on after the first one on AMC.
Okay.
Watched Friday the 13th part 5 and 6 today
Because why not?
because why not?
Yeah, why not?
Christine, I watched as well as The Thing because that was on AMC as well. So Halloween time is usually, watching Fear Fest most of the time.
Fear Fest is usually so fucking fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Beyond that, been playing some Fallout 76, which isn't anything different. Trying to get my Halloween camp up and running
Oh, nice.
for the season. So, but that's when you guys are watching this is well after Halloween. So
Yeah.
we're getting into Thanksgiving time. So starting to gear up for that. Because once Halloween's here, everything comes down night of. So, and then we get
you break Sam's rule. That's right. We talked about that because if you
We
don't,
did talk about
yes,
this.
because he doesn't want his stuff to get stolen.
Yep.
Yep, that's right. I remember that. Yeah.
And Sam accepts that as an explanation.
Right. Yeah. In order to be able to participate next year, you have to take your shit down now, or it's just all going to be gone. But
Yep.
I'd like to think that Sam's a nice enough kid to take vengeance upon those that do steal the
Right.
decorations.
You would hope so.
Yeah.
So
I think he would understand.
So that's kind of what's been going on, other than a doctor's appointment this week. So I mean, not a whole lot going on other than working and that. So
Gotcha. Yeah, you, Warren, what you been up to other than not a lot of working because you guys got your side of your side of the plant laid off.
Yeah, and I was off except for Wednesday. I went in, and so that saved me from the unemployment hassles of life when it comes to Ford laying you off temporarily. So that was nice. Went and saw Transformer 1.
Oh man, that looks so good. Is it?
Is really good. It was really good.
Nice.
Very entertaining. Whether or not it's supposed to be like a kids movie or not, it doesn't matter. Like it was that good. You get invested in the story and the characters. The only drawback I have is the Chris Hemsworth as Optimus. Not entirely sold on that one. That was a little bit of a jarring. The voice didn't really.
yeah.
That's a little bit of a jarring
After
experience.
hearing Optimus be Optimus for all these years,
and now Optimus is Thor, and I was like, yeah. I mean, it was a good movie. Keegan Michael Kay carries that film.
I've heard good things.
Yeah, he carries that movie. Well,
As
him
he
and then
tends to do when he's in anything.
Yeah. Well, him and then I can't remember the actor's name, and that's a shame on my end. But the guy that voices Megatron,
David Tyree, isn't it?
Maybe, but he did a really good job too. Everybody did good because Scarlett Johansson is also in that as well. They all did a good job. I'm not saying Chris did a bad job. It's just hard, like seeing Optimus being voiced by somebody that doesn't sound like the guy that's been doing it for the last forever.
Right.
So
I looked it up. It's Brian Tyree Henry. Yeah.
There it is. But it's a very solid film. I would recommend it to anybody who is into Transformers
Fuck yeah.
and would like a good laugh, because there's definitely some funny moments in
I've
there
heard.
that are
Yeah, I've
Mm.
that are
heard.
pretty good.
Nice. What have I been doing? I played okay, so I might go on a small rant here. I'm gonna try and reel it the fuck in because I know our intros tend to be a little long sometimes. But I played some Texas Chainsaw, the
Okay.
update. I played some Rush Week, and it's awful. Um it is awful because of the a ridiculous amount of potential that they had there that they just refuse to capitalize on. And I have had it with Gun as a company. They're fucking awful. They are fucking
Mm.
terrible. They're the
Hmm.
worst video game publisher ever to
Ever.
video game publish.
Yeah,
I am beyond disappointed.
as you should
Now,
be.
I'll get a little into it. Like I said, I'm gonna try and reel it the fuck in. Um, when the idea of this is honestly just so brilliant because what they could have done was they could have made they could have taken this approach. Because if you don't know what Rush Week is, basically it's a new game mode for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game, and it's a 1v, I believe 6. Um, Survival, asymmetrical survival horror game, a la Friday the 13th, Dead by Daylight, or Chainsaw. Um, but it's 1v, it's one killer, 6 survivors, and the killer is Johnny, and it's only Johnny, and the 6 survivors or victims are sorority girls. So it's basically Sorority House Massacre, the fucking video game.
Okay.
Fucking cool. Like, that's a blast. That sounds so awesome. And it's one map, and
Trash.
that's fine because
Oh,
I
yeah, we
felt
like
like
that.
they could have taken this approach and they could have been like, you know what we're going to do is we're going to make a 1v6 or a separate small survival horror game for each killer. Okay. And that's a neat idea because then they could do a separate map for hands and a separate set of survivors for hands. They could do the same for Sissy. They could do the same for the cook. They could do the same for the hitchhiker. All of that. That's a neat idea. I don't know if that's what they're going for because if that's what they're going for, they've colossally fucking failed. The game, the map is not bad. It's a bit claustrophobic, but that's not the problem. There's no reason to play the fucking game mode. None.
No
You don't
rewards or nothing.
unlock shit. You don't you can't play with your fucking friends because
That's
it's
annoying.
that to me is the biggest mistake they could have possibly made was make this potentially awesome game mode and be like, by the way, you get to enjoy it all by your fucking lonesome without your fucking buddies. That sounds fucking fun. These guys fucking suck, dude. Like, I'm sorry. Gun is fucking awful. They are terrible. They make shitty fucking games with ridiculous amounts of potential. And that's all they've done. They're 2 for 2
Yeah.
in that category for me. Because Friday the 13th had so much potential and it was fun for what it was, but let's not pretend that it wasn't a glitchy filled fucking mess at times. To me, that added to the charm sometimes. Sometimes they were game breaking and it was fucking awful though. This situation, they team up with Sumo, they make a beautiful fucking game that's honestly fun enough to play, give you no reason to pay for it, make you pay for every little fucking thing that they release in that fucking game, and then they release a new game mode and tell you to play it alone like you're fucking masturbating on a fucking Sunday afternoon like a fucking loner piece of shit. Like, I'm sorry, like they've colossally just fucking jumbled both of these opportunities for massive classic horror IP franchises. I will never support another fucking Gun video game. I don't care what they fucking make. I don't care if they make a fucking My Bloody Valentine video game that gets 10 out of 10 from Game Informer because well, they don't even exist anymore. But because I can tell you right now, 3 months after the fucking launch, there's going to be no fucking reason to play that game whatsoever. They don't do events that can let you unlock cool fucking cosmetics. Dead by Daylight does. You know what I mean? Like, they have so many models for success that they could follow, and they refuse to fucking do it. They release a content pass. It's $20, okay? With the content pass, you got early access to Rush Week. Big fucking deal. You got, I think, in a cosmetic that might have already been released. And then they said, oh, and we're going to do a killer, we're going to do a survivor, and we're going to do an execution pack. But we don't know. You don't know what they look like. You have no idea what you're getting. None whatsoever. And you don't know when you're fucking getting it either. Have they ever seen Fortnite's season pass? Do you think anybody at Gun has ever queued up Fortnite once in their fucking life ever? I'm gonna bet. I would bet every single one of us is a savings account that they have, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they can't take a look at that and be like, "Hey, man, we should do something like that." And then they probably did, and they're like, "Oh, we should do like a content pass." Well, okay, cool. That's a great idea. But we're going to tell them that we're just going to release this shit at some time in the future, possibly, maybe, assuming anybody's still playing this fucking game. But thanks for the $20 each, guys. They suck.
That's annoying. That kind of shit is annoying.
Awful. And to boot, they just slice the fucking price of the game completely in half permanently. So while luckily I only paid like 25% because I bought it when it was on a massive sale, so I actually paid I think it was less than 20. But if you paid $40 for the game, you just wasted $20.
Yep, like me.
Yeah, sorry, I know you did, and that was not targeted at only you. And it sucks because I bought it for a friend. So I did.
Yep.
I paid $40 for a copy at one time. But yeah, it's like they suck. I just can't. I can't fucking do it. I can't fucking get behind them. They have done nothing but disappoint me, and it's frustrating because I want to love that game so fucking much. I want to love it so much. I want to play it. I mean, it's a fun enough game to play. I've put enough hours into it to know that it's a fun game to play. But all they've done is just colossally show me that they have the worst business ethics when it comes to taking care of a community and showing love to a community that is trying to dedicate themselves. They just released this fucking game mode. Their player base has not increased. It went up briefly for the first day. I checked it not too long ago. It's right back down to like 600, 700 people playing. It's fucking because everybody. I'm sure that a lot of people are probably like me, and they're just like, yeah, I see the bullshit. So yeah, I don't care what the fuck they release. Their Gun is never getting another fucking cent from me ever again. I can't wait till the Halloween games come out.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you, the Halloween video game lasts longer than Chainsaw. Guaranteed.
Almost.
I would rather play Killer Clowns. You know what they just did for
Yep.
Killer Clowns?
Elvira and Tom Savini.
Fuck yeah! Guess what? Guess how much they cost? Just guess.
I didn't even look.
Guess.
I'm gonna guess $5.
Free. Fucking free. Free 95. Free.
Wow.
2 horror icons. 2 of the most popular horror icons in the history of fucking cinematic horror. Tom Savini, one of the greatest makeup effects artists ever to fucking step foot on this planet, and Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark, who everybody knows who Elvira is.
Yes.
Free, bro. Free. You probably just have to like level up to unlock them. That's it. Free.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whereas Texas, you got to pay $15 for one fucking skin.
Yeah, for
a killer.
Or
one killer.
It's Leatherface. Yeah, the Nicotero designed Leatherface, and I love Nicotero. He's a genius. But guess what? I think that fucking skin looks like shit.
Yep.
Okay, I've gone way the fuck off, and I was gonna reel it in. The last thing that I did was I bought another really kick-ass vinyl soundtrack. I got the soundtrack to fucking Cobra.
Nice. Oh yeah, I mean, I forgot all about that. Yeah, I bought the first 3 Nightmare on Elm Street vinyls that they're releasing for
fuck
the
yes, that's awesome,
for the
bro.
40th anniversary. So each one comes with 2 different LPs, and it's got like music that they've never released before that was for the
cool.
movie. So
Nice.
I'm looking
That's
forward
awesome.
to checking that out for all 3 of those movies.
Hell
So that'll
yeah,
be
that's fucking
great.
cool, bro. Okay, I bitched way too long about Gun, and I apologize. Let's start talking about Blood Rage. So, Warren, Blood Rage, buddy. What's your first thoughts, man?
I don't know. I don't know.
I kind of wanted you to say I hate gun media. That would have been funny, but
well, I was trying to think of some way to tie it in to
I hate this movie as
the
much as you
to
hate
it. But I didn't hate it that much. I just didn't know why it exists. Because like I don't know where to put this. I don't know where this movie is supposed to fall for me as far as it compares to the other films we've done. Because I don't know why it was happening. I don't like like there's so many moments in the movie where I was like, whose idea was it to make this? Because there's no nothing. Like he's just killing people and that's it. There's no like it felt like we spawned into a game, somebody made a map, we took our characters, put them in a game, and then somebody just got to be the killer. That was what it felt like.
Kind of.
I was like,
that's a recipe for success, if you ask me. I'm gonna watch
clearly, because we're doing it on this podcast. If you make it on this, you are successful. I mean, well, also, I don't even know if the movie knew what it wanted to be because it has 2 names. So that's
very true.
So I don't know if I
That's
should be
a fair point. You know,
if I should even care about what it tried to be because they didn't even know what it wanted to be. I mean, it was fine. It was the typical as far as slashers go. I mean, I'm becoming familiar, and it just felt like another slasher. It didn't do anything. Okay, well, the cutaway and then cut back, and the lady was in half. When the first scene she wasn't in half. That was pretty abstract for that. Everything else was pretty on par for what we normally would see in a slash movie. But that was like, they just wanted to like throw something at you and see what happened, and then because that was crazy.
Yeah, that caught you pretty good.
Yeah, because I was not expecting that. You know, I'm like, oh, she just saw him. Like when we cut back, she's gonna be running. You know, and she was just in half, and I was like, that's crazy. Like that is so wild.
Yeah.
Because he hadn't done anything like that to anybody prior to this. He was just kind of hacking, slashing them, and then just kind of let them die. And he was like, no, this one lady in particular, that you getting the whole thing, like you getting everything. But yeah, no, I mean, it was some of the delivery in this movie was really weird. Like the way people deliver lines, almost like they were delivering the lines like they were delivering lines, not like they were
right.
characters like, saying what was
one person was the actor and the other one was helping them read their lines, but instead it was 2 people helping each other read
their lines. Like it wasn't like, because at one point the final girl, I forget what it was she was talking about, but she like ran up and said something to Terry, and the way she said it, I was like, you're not even trying. Like you just walked up and read it. Like you wrote it on your hand and just read it because you couldn't remember what the line was. I don't know. And I don't know. Outside of the mom just getting completely plastered. That was great. She nailed
every time they cut back to her, she was drinking more, and she was
that was crazy.
Shit. That was
full glass of wine every time.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, as far as it's like, it just it was solid. It wasn't like bad. It wasn't boring. I just didn't know why it was happening.
Definitely your classic case of cult favorite.
Yeah, because I don't know why anybody's going crazy for this.
I don't even think this came out in theaters.
No, it
Um,
was mostly drive-ins, if I remember right.
yeah,
So this
which
is
is
definitely like the epitome of like a drive-in movie,
yeah,
just
absolutely.
how
mindless
they started
fun.
it off.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this is it's kind of it's a guilty pleasure because this is not a good movie.
No.
It's not a good movie, but it sure is fucking fun. This movie,
Is it?
fun fact, has 3 titles. Actually,
Oh my
I did not
god!
know that. I thought it
What?
only had the 2, but it also is called Nightmare at Shadow Woods.
That's right. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
remember Joe Bob talking about that when they did the Dinners of Death with this.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We got to stop pretending like people aren't just adding these names on Wikipedia.
Yeah, no shit.
That movie is not. What did you say that was?
It's called Blood Rage, Slasher, and Nightmare at Shadow Woods. Which Shadow
That is
Woods
not.
is the name of the little subdivision thing that they live in, that the guy manages. That there's a big sign in the thing. He literally says Shadow Woods. So
I feel
yeah.
like the slasher name should have been the title because that just fits the way the movie is. Like it didn't know. It's just like somebody just threw it together, so it should just be called Slasher.
Yeah,
Right.
I feel like they could have literally called this movie anything, honestly. Because it's really kind of it's a pretty, for all it tries to be, it's a pretty generic fucking movie. Like,
Oh,
It's so
sure.
generic. It is so
it
generic.
tries to be something so unique and so different with the fact that there's the twins. One of them's psychotic. One of them's they're both crazy. They really are. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, they both really are because it's just it's funny how they try to throw that in there, and then at the end of the day, it really is. It's just still, excuse me, just a very generic, silly, fucking campy ass slasher movie with some pretty fun practical effects that I really enjoy very much, particularly the manager getting getting killed and then falling over and his head splitting open for that. Like that shit was just fucking funny to me. And you're right, there is some really bad line delivery in this, and some pretty bad writing too. But there's also some fun shit, man. Like Terry, the guy that plays Terry and Todd, his name is Mark Soper. He is having so much fucking fun in this movie. And honestly, the fact that he is having as much fun as he is as Terry, it kind of saves the fucking movie. It really
Right.
does, because he is just the way he's just walking around, just smiling and laughing, and it's like, "Hi," you know, like it saves the fuck out of the movie. It really does. It makes it very, very watchable for me. Isaiah, what's your first? Do you remember your first experience with Blood Rage?
Well, this is one, and you know, as much as I love drive-in movies and shit, I didn't see this until Joe Bob showed it on Dinners of Death. So this was
honestly, same.
about 6 years ago.
Yeah, same for me.
So 6 years ago was the first time I saw it. Right after that, I love the movie. You know, you got a young Ted Raimi in this. It's got the campiness to it. It's got the gory kills. It's kind of got a lot of everything, even with the bad acting. I think the bad acting is kind of like kind of helps it a little bit just with the campiness, honestly.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things where if you're gonna make something like this, you just got to lean into it. You know?
Exactly. And they definitely leaned into
this.
They
knew what they were making.
And I love how the way that they basically separate the two, you know, the two twins is, you know, Terry's got the nice slick back looking hair, and you know, Todd's is just all shaggy looking, so you just mess up the hair and you could do a different scene with, you know, him. And so I love that kind of aspect. But yeah, I mean, the gore in this is just kind of top notch for being such a low budget movie, because it's a lot of the effects in this looked really, really good for, you know, even back in the 80s and whatnot. and a lot of them still kind of hold up, today, and not necessarily like the head hanging from the doorway. That one looked fake as fuck, but
Yeah,
I mean,
a little bit.
a lot of the other stuff really looked really good in this.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so I mean, yeah, Dinners of Death was the first time I had actually seen this. I had heard of it before, and I'd maybe seen bits and pieces of it, but never the full way through. But I had to track down the Blu-ray, right after that to find it, to add it to my collection. And I've been watching it every Thanksgiving, since then, every year. So I popped this in with
That's fantastic. See,
usually Texas Chainsaw and Chopping Mall. So I'll do like those three
nice.
every Thanksgiving.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
So
I'd only seen this. I thought I'd only seen this one other time, but when we were watching, I was like, "Oh yeah, I do remember watching this another time with a buddy." But yeah, this is pretty good, pretty good campy shit, man. Really isn't a whole lot more to talk about with this movie other than just that. It's just very much a drive-in cult kind of classic. It's just a good, dumb, fun horror movie to watch with your friends.
Yeah.
So yeah. Any scenes you want to talk about, Warren, other than the the lady being split in half, the reveal?
Obviously the opening intro is pretty crazy. The amount of making out that was taking place.
Yeah. There's kind of a lot of
there was a lot of that. It was just like one after the other. It was like they did, then they started, then they started. I was like, golly.
Humping on a diving board. I don't know if I could
yeah.
I don't know if I could do
well,
that.
and then and this was my thing too, because every time he saw somebody doing that, he was like, I gotta kill him. And I just didn't understand that. That didn't make any sense to me. It was just kind of strange.
There is a throwaway-ish line. I don't know. I know if it feels like a throwaway line, but it's probably not necessarily supposed to be. At the beginning of the movie, when the boys wake up, he says, "Mom's back," or "Mom's at it again."
Yeah,
and so that's it. That's it. Apparently, that was supposed to be enough exposition to really explain
why he murders people.
Why he's doing that? Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was crazy. Like that cutting a lady in half was probably the craziest thing in the whole thing. But like, even like when he was on the bridge and he stabbed that guy in the neck, I would say this, maybe not necessarily the kills, but his portrayal of like, I killed somebody and then coming back and then like asking somebody like where they are because he hasn't seen them, like leading them away from the trail that he's the killer, like, and how casually and calmly he's able to just like go back into Terry, your friend, not Terry the murderer.
Right.
It was pretty crazy. Because, I mean, he would just pop up and then the people would be like, where have you been? He's like, I don't know. Have you? And then immediately bring them up, the person he just killed. Have you seen Sarah and John? It's like, you just killed them. Why would you even talk about them? Like, that's crazy. And then they would be like, no, I think they all making out. And then everybody, cool. And then everybody just moves on with their day. And it's like, that's so crazy. He was just getting away with it. But, I mean, as far as the plot was concerned, it made sense because everybody thought the brother was crazy, not him. So then anytime he just said, hey, he's crazy, you need to get away. Anytime they saw him, they thought he was crazy. And then finally, so they were always letting their guard down around him because they didn't think he was the crazy one. So,
right on.
But yeah, his portrayal, his ability to just turn it on and off was pretty wild.
Good shit. Yeah, it's fun stuff. He's having a good time in that role. That guy's having a blast.
Yeah.
Anything you want to talk about regarding the movie, Isaiah?
Not really. I mean, you guys kind of covered it. I mean, we like you said, there isn't really like a whole lot. It's kind of a very simple, very quick movie. So it's it doesn't waste any time, getting started. It gets started right away in the first few minutes,
right?
Right after credits are done. So yeah, it's a quick watch. I highly recommend it if anybody hasn't seen it. And
I
if
think it's
you're
fun. I
honestly,
think it's
if
fun.
you're a Joe Bob fan, I track down that Dinners of Death episode because he goes really deep into this movie and talks about it and with how they made it and stuff. And
Yeah,
but
the producer I think it's Marianne Kantner.
mm-hmm.
She actually played the doctor. She played Dr. Berman, the one that got split in half.
Yep.
And she only did the role because the person that they cast didn't show up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she was just like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll do this, do this little role here. But yeah, it's I think it's fun. All right, there you guys have it. Blood Rage. He knocked another one out.
Slasher. And
As we said in the last episode, Nightmare at Shadow Woods.
See, that's 3. That's a 3-for-1 special. I just did 3 movies.
Yeah, you did. You knocked out 3 movies in one showing. That's impressive. Isaiah picked some good movies. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what we're gonna be making you watch on the next episode because he introduced the last one. So he did a great job. We are for the next episode, Warren. We're gonna make you watch Thanksgiving. Simply titled Thanksgiving. 2023 Eli Roth slasher film.
I know exactly what that is.
Yeah, have you seen it?
No. I thought about saying yes just to see your reaction.
Yeah, yes.
Actually,
You guys
yes.
finally fucking picked one I've seen.
Dang it. Cool. We're gonna make you watch
That's
Thanksgiving from 1993. Like, dang.
So,
I had a couple backups just in case.
No, I've seen the trailers. Like, I didn't no. Okay, correction. Let me say it the correct way. I know of the movie because the trailers would come on and then I would turn it off. But I know of the movie. I know that there was a Thanksgiving movie recently made.
Yeah.
So
this movie was a long time
Stacked
coming.
cast.
Oh, it is a stacked cast. Yeah. Long time coming too for this film because it originally it was just a fake trailer that Eli Roth made to play in between the 2 movies, Death Proof and Planet Terror, when people went to see those in the theaters as Grindhouse, because that was the Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino thing that they put together that unfortunately bombed horrifically.
I still love the movies
because they're good. The movies are great. I love Planet Terror a lot. I love Planet Terror. Death Proof I'm fine with, but honestly, I prefer Planet Terror. But we'll get to those at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. There you have it. Next episode, you're watching Thanksgiving, bro.
okay.
It'll be a good time. I have a feeling about this one. All right. Anything you guys want to add before we slide out of here?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. And with all that being said, we'll catch you on the next episode.